Hi, and welcome back. In the previous video, we learned about how to run our test using Python's built-in unit test tools. In this video, we'll look at a free third-party add-on called Nose that gives us access to some additional testing features. Nose is a third-party tool available via pip and the Python package index. It does basically the same job as unit test discover command, but it supports a great deal more control and customization, as well as recognizing a wider range of tests. We're going to look at two specific features among the many the Nose provides. It could generate a code coverage report that tells us how much of our code our tests actually tested. And it can run tests across multiple processes, allowing them to execute in parallel on multiple CPUs. In order to get a coverage report, we first need to make sure that the coverage module is installed. We can do that with a simple pip command. Once we have the coverage module in place, we can enable a coverage report for our tests with nothing more than a couple of Nose command line options. Strictly speaking, only the -- with dash coverage option is required to enable the coverage report. But if we don't include -- cover - erase as well, coverage data from previous test runs will get mixed with our current run, which makes the results harder to interpret. There's a third coverage-related command line option that is sometimes useful. That is the cover package option, which narrows the code coverage report to only a specific package. Focusing the report in this way can make it easier to read and extract useful information. The other Nose feature we're looking at here is the ability to farm out tests to multiple worker processes, and thus spread them across the available CPU cores. To do that, we just have to provide the processes command line option and tell it how many processes to use. If we pass -1 for the number of processes, it uses the detected number of CPU cores, which is probably what we want anyway, so unless we have a specific reason to do otherwise, we should just always use -1. If we look carefully, we can see that it actually took longer to run our test suite on multiple processes. That's because the tests themselves are very low effort. But launching a worker process is not. Fortunately, that's a fixed cost. So when we start running larger test suites containing more expensive tests, we start seeing the benefits of parallel execution. This was just a taste of the sort of features that Nose supports. And that's without writing our own Nose plugins to customize it further. It's a very capable system, so if we find ourselves needing a particular feature from our test runner, a good first step is to see if Nose already has that feature. In this video, we learned how to take advantage of a couple of features of the Nose test runner. In the earlier videos of this section, we learned to use the unit test and unit-test.mock packages to help us write automated tests, and learned about the process of test-driven development. In the next section, we're going to take a look at the reactive programming paradigm and RxPy